education has been Vidya Dan, that is gift of knowledge. If we were able to do that, we have done everything. India had been considered as Vishwaguru, where education was concerned. Nalanda and Taxila were said to be as the Vishwaguru in those days, and even now they occupy a very important place in the education system. When we talk about education, we are thinking spiritually. Now, let me clear it out that spiritual doesn't mean religion. It is something spiritual, you need to understand that. Now, components of education are as follow. That is Kriya, Charya, Gyan and Yog. Kriya is discipline or ritual, Charya is ethics, Gyan is knowledge and Yog is meditation, that is applying to oneself. We need to build our academic structure which needs to be reviewed. Education needs to be an expanse in our vision. It needs to be growing, needs to be elaborated upon. So education in India is a part of character building. It's very important to look at the world today, and I believe that the rhythm of the world is changing.
Teachers, we also need to sit straight, and we also need to presentable ourselves also, isn't it? We are the mentors, we are the role models. So whatever, to children we are very precious because they copy us, they imitate us.
I believe that girls must have now in self-esteem and a belief in themselves. Now that was the job of the parents, to give them that sense of belief that I can do it, the sense of faith I can do it. So that should have been given by our parents, and possibly our parents gave us that, and that's the reason we are able to achieve our goals. And if we look at a woman of the world today, now what not the women have done, they have achieved, and to them nothing is impossible. As Maya Angelou has very beautifully said, you may be defeated, but don't defeat yourself. Okay, so you have to know your students, each one by its name.
So if I am making the class interesting, students will not they will not like to go out from there. So I think we need to prepare ourselves.
Yes, that is a very important thing which Ipshita had told. We should focus on, because see, I find that students specifically in online classes, they either seated on the bed or they are somewhere or the other. The posture is not proper.
As we teachers, we also need to sit straight, and we also need to presentable ourselves also, isn't it?
Yeah, the placement of the camera should be as such so that your both hands can be free to interact. Understand? So that way it will be easier. Suppose you are doing something on the board like this, so you will be able to do that way. Classroom management is very, very important when we are taking or teaching a class. So a few points to be kept in mind: clarity of direction, call students by name, make norms of classroom behavior, check in inappropriate behavior immediately, keep students in eye span. So these 5 points, if it is followed properly, I think classroom management will not be a difficult task for the teacher. When we are talking about clarity of direction, we have to direct the children in such a way that the children may be directed to sit down, or maybe the child can be asked to go around and see what the other children are doing. Next is to call the students by name. Calling students by name gives an attachment to the child with the teacher. The third is that make norms of classroom behavior. Suppose it may happen that the teacher, say Shulagna is taking English class in class 1. So the monitor of the class knows what Shulagna would like the class to do before she comes into the class. She may ask the monitor to write the topic on the board, the date on the board, and if she is delayed by some minutes or so, the leader or the monitor, she or he may start up the class by asking the children to open the book, open that particular chapter, go through it, find out the difficult words, use your dictionary in order to find the meaning. And so by the time, I think the teacher may drop in into the class. Similarly, check in inappropriate behavior immediately. Don't leave it for a later work, because at the same time, if you point out to the child that you were misbehaving in the class, and you should take care of that, never to do that again, so then in that case again you can manage your class in a very smooth way. Any sort of misbehavior can be called immediately, and you tell them politely that you did this and you mustn't do that again. Look at every child, and suppose if a child refuses to look at you, then only you understand the child did not understand the chapter. So you can call up that child and you can talk, and that way also you can bring management in your class. Now again, keep students in eye span. It is very, very important when teacher is teaching. The teacher must look to every child in the class, and in this way a child may not escape from the teacher.
More, eat properly, lot of proteins. You eat, have eggs every day, so that will revive your immune system. The main thing is that have plenty of water, and if you are having a sore throat, do a lot of gargling.
A few points to keep in mind before I wrap up the workshop. First of all is that a teacher must know how to tackle her class. Secondly, a teacher must be prepared before joining up the class. Next, the teacher and the student relationship will be as such that it should be imbibed with love, care, cooperation, tolerance, and this relationship between teacher and the student should be good. Next is that the teacher must adopt ways and means to keep the students engaged, and so that her class is interesting and the learning process is smooth. There should be some human components. That is, human components are what? That is love, care, affection. These are the human components. If that is put between the teacher and the student, I think everything will go on smooth. And the teaching learning process must be very, very interesting.